Thames and good old Mountain Dew. I bought a quart of Co-op to get me through the day. With just one bottle of Nesbitt's Hot Soda, we had to throw it away. Now most of the time I'm a peaceful man, but I lost my temper that day. Just one last bottle of Nesbitt's Hot Soda, and we had to throw it away. We spent a lovely summer, my wife Elaine and me. We bought us a great big motor home with a shower and TV. We was camping and having a great time, watching Brokaw today. Till a bee blew into the Nesbitt's Hot Soda, and we had to throw it away.
That's not the way it ends on the album.
You fuckers, you fuck! Get sucking! Get away from here! Get away from here, you shit! That's the way it ends on the album, I think. I know how much people like to hear the songs performed exactly the way on the record. It's very important to everyone these days. Okay, well, that sing-along wasn't really working as well as I hoped, and I actually I want to do something that if you didn't know that one, I'm really, really sure that you would know this one.
Play dead.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California, to Rhode Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Come and ramble and follow my footsteps. The sparkling sands of the diamond desert, and all around me a voice was singing. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that midnight highway, I saw along the old endless highway, as long along the endless skyway. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. I got some really nice socks this Christmas.
How nice are they? How nice are they?
I got some really nice socks this Christmas.
How nice are they?
Some very pretty hats.
They're waterproof, and they have a triple tongue, and I'm actually wearing one of them right now. I'm in a hamburger cafe in Los Angeles with Newt Gingrich and my friend Jake, and I'm looking at a poster for a new movie starring Jake's stepson, Simon. They're playing the new Kenny G CD over the loudspeakers inside the cafeteria.
With some very pretty hats.
We get our lunches from the buffet and can find no empty tables to sit at, but there are some seats available along one side of a long picnic table.
Some very pretty hats.
So we walk over to it and sit down. I'm looking down at my hamburger sandwich rather intently and thinking about eating it when Newt leans over and whispers something into my ear. Look up. Look who's at our table. I do look up and I see Buck Henry, Henry Gibson, and Walter Matthau sitting across from us. And I realize that Dr. Ruth Westheimer is sitting immediately to my left. I try not to stare. Newt whispers in my ear again. Do you realize that we're sitting in the presence of some of the greatest comedy minds of this century? He is not joking. Recently, I found my plastic Burger King name tag pin.
Some very pretty hats.
It's a name tag pin that I thought I had lost forever. It is brown and red, and I used to wear it pinned to my brown and red and yellow and orange polyester Burger King outfit. I didn't last long working at Burger King. My job was to continuously place the frozen circular patties of meat onto the rotating metal conveyor belt, which passed the meat over the flames so that they could be called flame broiled. The oily smoke that rose up from this caused me to become so nauseous that I thought I was going to throw up.
Which causes vomiting.
When I mentioned this to the assistant manager and asked to be moved to the salad making station,
Which causes vomiting.
and this was before salad bars, of course, he told me to stop complaining and go back to my station and continue placing more circular frozen meat patties onto the metal conveyor belt so that they could pass over the flames and be called flame broiled. I continued to feel like I was going to throw up.
Which causes vomiting.
When I mentioned this to the head manager, he told me to take off my uniform and go home. I was fired. But he did not tell me to remove my name tag pin.
Which causes vomiting.
I got to keep my red and brown Burger King name tag pin, and this definitely made it all worth it. While working at the King, my favorite part of the day was when I would run out of the frozen circular meat patties and had to get some more out of the walk-in freezer.
Some very pretty hats.
I would stand inside the freezer for as long as I could before I thought someone would notice my absence. It was the only relief you could get from the incredible oily heat you felt all day while working at the King. Yes, there's nothing quite like the feeling you get from oily meat heat making you sweat inside of a polyester brown and red and yellow and orange Burger King outfit. Later, when I'm at home, I'm eating spaghetti with my roommate, Eric. Eric made the spaghetti, and he made it with deer sausage.
Which causes vomiting.
Some very pretty hats.
I've never eaten deer before, let alone deer sausage. And I haven't really even eaten any meat in years, but Eric's friend shot and killed and skinned and ground up and seasoned the deer himself.
And a
boys, Dopey. Together, good and dead.
So I thought, I should eat some of this. I can't imagine actually shooting a deer and cutting him open and skinning him and gutting him. It gives me the shivers just to think about it. But it does seem like something everyone should do at least once in their lives. As we continue eating, Kurt Russell tells me that he has done such a thing.
Some very pretty hats.
It was shortly after he finished filming The Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes for Disney.
Which causes vomiting.
He was spending the summer living on a farm up in northern Washington, and the farmer he was staying with took him to visit the local butcher. They went into a large, almost empty building with a ceiling that was 30 feet above them. It was all dark except for a single light which illuminated a large cow lying face up in the center of the room, with its legs sticking straight up into the air.
Play dead.
A beam of sunshine was coming in from a window high up in the darkness of the room, throwing stark shadows across the cow's feet and onto the floor. The butcher beckoned Kurt closer. The cow's skin had all been peeled back and was lying in huge loose flaps on either side of the animal, dangling over the sides of the table. The butcher grabbed the cow's udder and sliced it off in one swift curving thrust of the carving knife. He said, I bet you didn't know that these things would come off like that, eh, boy? I thought of my brother lying blue and cold face up on the gurney in the funeral home. They'd done nothing to help his appearance since his fall. He really was blue, just like a zombie in some movie, and had dried blood all over his teeth. Well, you could have at least flossed your teeth, I said. The man standing next to my brother offered me a pair of scissors. What are these for? I asked. You might want to cut off a lock of his hair, the man said. Well, I didn't want to, but I didn't not want to. I didn't really know what to do, so I did it anyway. I cut off a lock of his hair. Then I pounded on his chest to see if he really was real. He sure looked like my brother, but he looked like someone who looked a lot like my brother, but wasn't. His chest felt very solid. I still have his hair. I keep it in my sock drawer. I don't like to think about it very much. I only notice that it's there when I get low on socks.
Sometimes, just sometimes, mind, I get a glimpse through an open door. Shadowy figures on shadowy voyages. Our lives are going to be filled with shadows. Echoes. Shadows and echoes can be of value. But you must never confuse them with a real thing. We see a shadow. We see a shadow. We see a shadow. A magic lantern shadow of the real thing.
It's very that's our house. That's our house. It was red when we first came there, and Dad painted blue. See that room with the, not the first far right, but the next window, that's your room, Mark's room.
And I remember.
There's Mom. There's me. I'm pregnant with Mark. God, every time I wore my clothes, I keep letting him out. I got fatter and fatter. I gained 32 pounds.
And I remember.
Aw, there's my little sweetie. Just home from the hospital. Look at that little tiny baby. Only 5 1/4 pounds.
And I remember.
This Daddy's just going, I think he's just gotten home from work. And he's saying hi to you, getting your photo taken.
I summon up remembrance of things past.
Daddy's taking you for a closer look at the tree because you wanted to look at it. We put it on top of the TV though, so you can pull the whole thing over. See the angel on the top? We still got that angel. See your baby picture on the TV? Got that in the album now.
Remember.
This is your second birthday party. That little boy in the blue pants lived down the street. That's his mom and left him. And then your grandpa came down to visit from San Francisco to Fresno for your second birthday party. You know, all those snazzy. Oh, you got your bib on because you always drooled a lot. You just so close for your closet. You always have a bib on you.
Remember.
There he is. I think Dad must have come along and covered up the privates again. Dad's always doing that, protecting you from posterity. Look at that. Isn't that precious? Isn't that precious? Look at the eyes coming out of the cup. Aww.
And I remember.
It was a hot day and you wanted to play, so it was fun to see you make these like painting.
And I remember.
There's baby Craig, just home from the hospital. Their first greeting. Look so sweet together. Boy, later they sure got in fights though.
I summon up remembrance of things past.
I still got that dress.
Remember.
Oh, look, I see in the mirror, there's Dad back there. Oh, and you see those candle holders on the mantle? There's one of them. The learners have those. We gave them to the learners.
And I remember.
Daddy spent a lot of time with you playing blocks.
Remember.
That's a great picture. I love it.
And I remember.
Ah, dear.
And I remember.
Ah, dear.
And I remember.
Ah, dear. Oh, this is one of our main trips down to Disneyland. Didn't seem to be least bit nervous on him, did you?
Remember. Remember. Remember.
Halloween time. This is your dad's pride and joy. This is the Riley. He's washing it. Boy, when that got sold, Dad sold it on for $100, and the guy drove it away. Dad turned around, walked in the house. He had tears in his eyes. He couldn't stand to see it drive away.
And I remember.
That's when the days the striped pants were gonna go. I think they're all back in style now.
And I remember.
Are you trying to carry 6-packs of beer, 12-packs?
Oh, this is a great vacation. We went up to the Tetons in Yellowstone. Well, it was our first camping experience in number 19.
Remember.
Look at Craig. I feel that's so typical Craig to stand there. That's just ramrod. Look at that. That's typical.
And I remember.
The start of the musical career. His first guitar bought with blue check stamps. blue chip stand.
And I remember.
Oh, here we are. We have moved up to Concord. And Mark was building a clubhouse with Mike Lerner on the right and Craig. What does that say? No trespassing. Where do you got that no trespassing? Oh, look at Scotchy's on the fence, our cat.
And I remember.
This was Uncle Mac, who's on the far right, 80th birthday. We went to the Boundary Oaks golf club into their restaurant for a brunch, Sunday brunch, to celebrate Uncle Mac's 80th birthday. And he said, after this many birthdays, any more years that I live is a gift.
And I remember.
And I don't know, I look at this picture and I see Mark standing apart. And I sort of feel like he feels like he stands apart from the rest of the family. That tells a lot, that picture does. That tells a lot, that picture does. That tells a lot, that picture does.